When we think of Star Wars battle droids, most fans picture the clumsy B-1s, but behind the front lines, the Separatists fielded a terrifying range of specialized droids built for everything from stealth and sabotage to Jedi assassination. In this video, we're diving into every advanced battle droid from Star Wars canon you probably never knew existed. The IG series droids were among the most advanced in Separatist ranks, often serving as elite combat units and high-level bodyguards. These fan favorites combined lethal precision with near unmatched durability. Chief among them were the IG-100 Magna Guards, General Grievous's personal protectors. Designed for close-quarters combat, they were equipped with electro staffs strong enough to withstand lightsaber strikes. They also mimic Grievous's infamous spinning attack style, creating confusion and chaos during Jedi duels. First appearing in Revenge of the Sith, the Magna Guards demonstrated unbelievable toughness, continuing to fight even after losing limbs or decapitation. Some were even seen wearing tattered capes resembling the traditional attire of the Kaleesh, paying homage to Grievous' original species and enhancing their intimidating appearance. Another standout variant was the IG-86 model, primarily used by the intergalactic banking clan for collections, enforcement, and high-level security. These heavy-duty units proved incredibly versatile, gaining popularity not just with Separatists but with criminal organizations such as Zero the Hutt's gang. IG-86 droids saw action across numerous fronts during the Clone Wars and were feared for their no-nonsense efficiency. The IG Lancer droids brought a whole new dimension to droid warfare. These specialized units charged into battle on high-speed swoop bikes while wielding energy lances. Featured in the 2003 Clone Wars microseries, they were led by the bounty hunter Dirge in brutal, high-velocity assaults. Their blitz tactics were devastating to Republic infantry and vehicles alike, making them a nightmare to defend against. The IG-110 lightsaber droid was developed with a singular, terrifying purpose: to kill Jedi. Wielding twin red lightsabers and preloaded with advanced combat data on Jedi fighting techniques, these droids were designed to match the Jedi move for move. Though they haven't yet appeared prominently in canon stories, they stand out in lore as the first lightsaber-wielding droids ever constructed. The T-Series Military Strategic Analysis and Tactics droids, commonly known as tactical droids, served a more cerebral function. Unlike B-1s or B-2s, these droids weren't frontline units, they acted as commanders, calculating battle strategies with cold, ruthless precision. Early T-1 models often appeared as generals during key campaigns, opting to control the battlefield from afar rather than engage in direct combat. Super tactical droids, including the cunning General Kalani and Admiral Trench, took this concept further. These units combined strategic brilliance with authority, often leading some of the Separatists' most complex and deadly offensives. Their ability to adapt and learn made them formidable adversaries, even for veteran Jedi generals. Buzz droids made their terrifying debut in Revenge of the Sith during the opening battle over Coruscant. Unlike most droids, they weren't meant for ground combat. Instead, they were spaceborne saboteurs deployed via specialized missiles that would burst open near enemy starfighters, releasing a swarm of these mechanical terrors. Once they latched onto their target, they used precision tools and circular saws to slice through hulls, sever control surfaces, and disable engines with surgical precision. Their rapid, spider-like movements and coordinated attacks left pilots scrambling in panic. Even Anakin Skywalker had to take them seriously, knowing that just one could doom a starfighter. One of the most menacing droids ever built was the Scorpionic Annihilator, a monster of a machine developed by the Colicoid Creation Nest. Standing at a towering 3.5 meters and equipped with advanced particle and energy shields, these droids made droidekas look like toys. With 4 agile legs and powerful armor plating, they were incredibly hard to bring down, even when their shields were disabled. Their weapon systems were just as horrifying. Instead of the dual blaster cannons seen on droidekas, Annihilators had 2 dual laser cannons that could tear through even heavy vehicles like ATTEs. A single unit was capable of wiping out entire platoons, making them a logistical and psychological nightmare for Republic commanders, but due to their high production cost, fewer than 100 were ever made, mostly stationed on the planet Cal 4. 2 even appeared in the Book of Boba Fett, rampaging through Mos Espa and surviving brutal attacks from a Rancor. The HK series assassin droids were built with one mission: terminate high-value targets. Early models like the HKB-3 hunted political figures and rogue Jedi before the Clone Wars even began. Later, the upgraded HK-77 model saw increased deployment, operating both under Separatist control and later under the infamous HK-47 during the Galactic Civil War. These droids were known for their brutal efficiency and loyalty to their programming. The A-series assassin droid was even more specialized. Instead of relying solely on brute strength, these droids overwhelmed their targets with precision weaponry, blinding speed, and elite-level combat techniques. They were rarely used, but when deployed, they were often sent against Jedi and RC troopers, some of the most dangerous enemies the Separatists face. Assassin probe droids took a more unconventional route. With long spider-like legs and multiple red photoreceptors, these droids stalked their targets silently. Even when destroyed, they could unleash swarms of micro-droids, prolonging the threat. While primarily designed for recon, their deadly backup protocols made them a serious problem on the battlefield and foreshadowed the later Imperial probe droids. Sabotage droids added another layer of threat. Some appeared harmless, like the infiltration demolition droids disguised as cleaning units, but once inside they transformed into lethal bombs, equipped with bladed rotors and electrical weapons. In the Clone War series, one such droid bypassed tight security simply by blending in, proving just how dangerous these sleeper units could be. The Colicoid Infiltrator series added deception and disguise to their deadly arsenal. These stealth units drilled into enemy ships and stations, using holograms or chameleon tech to sneak around undetected. They weren't meant for mass destruction, but were highly effective at eliminating specific targets in confined environments. C8 Saboteur droids were built for speed and disruption. These hit-and-run specialists use cloaking systems to infiltrate enemy lines and destroy communications, supplies, or even entire command centers before vanishing into the shadows. Chameleon droids perfected the art of stealth. Using advanced holographic camouflage systems, they could become nearly invisible in any terrain, seamlessly blending into urban environments, jungles, or barren landscapes. Unlike other droids that relied on brute force or sheer numbers, chameleon droids specialized in surgical strikes and sabotage. Their programming allowed them to mimic environmental textures in real time, making visual detection almost impossible even at close range. Equipped with silent servos and motion dampening systems, they could move undetected through enemy encampments, high explosive mines, and set deadly traps in key choke points. These droids were often deployed ahead of main battle groups, softening up targets or gathering reconnaissance before large-scale assaults. They also excelled in high-value assassination missions, creeping into secured bunkers or command centers to eliminate enemy officers with precision strikes. Because they rarely left survivors, many soldiers feared them as ghost-like killers that struck from nowhere and vanished without a trace. The Mega Droid. Then there was the Mega Droid, an experimental prototype that was never fully deployed. Though it never saw combat, its sheer size and ominous design left a lasting impression in the lore. Towering over standard battle droids, it was rumored to be heavily armored with integrated heavy artillery, capable of decimating entire battalions on its own. Some reports suggest it was built to rival Jedi or even take on capital ships from the ground. Its destruction before activation remains one of the great what-ifs of Separatist engineering, with many believing its loss robbed the Separatists of a potential war-ending super weapon. Morph droids offered another approach: small, fast, and extremely lethal. Designed for quick infiltration and rapid strikes, they excelled in tight corridors, urban settings, and stealth-based missions. Their compact frames allowed them to slip through small vents or crawl spaces, making them ideal for sneak attacks. Once in range, they used high-voltage electrical charges to paralyze or kill organic targets almost instantly. Often before their victims even realized what was happening, they were particularly effective against command personnel or lone scouts, disrupting enemy coordination without alerting larger forces. The Decimator droid took things even further. Standing taller and bulkier, it was a terror machine built for horror and devastation. Armed with writhing energy tentacles capable of vaporizing flesh and cutting through armor, the Decimator didn't just eliminate threats, it hunted them. It operated with eerie silence, stalking hallways and turning confined areas into slaughter zones. It wasn't just a weapon, it was psychological warfare. The BL series battle Legionnaire was built in limited numbers for the Mandalorian protectors, offering heavy-duty backup during large-scale battles. Towering over standard battle droids and clad in reinforced armor plating, they were engineered to endure heavy fire while dishing out punishing counterattacks. Equipped with high-powered blasters and advanced targeting systems, they could mow down enemy squads with alarming efficiency. Though they weren't widely deployed due to their cost and complexity, their presence on the battlefield often turned the tide in the Mandalorians' favor. In high-intensity combat zones, BL droids acted as frontline enforcers, drawing enemy fire and creating openings for more agile units. The CWW battle droid began life as a simple load lifter, originally designed for hauling cargo in industrial zones and supply depots. But as the war dragged on and resources grew scarce, the Separatists repurposed these machines by outfitting them with blasters, rudimentary armor plating, and basic AI combat routines. While far from elegant or advanced, CWW droids were surprisingly useful in large-scale engagements where sheer numbers and support mattered. They were often deployed to defend supply lines, reinforce weak points, or assist in crowd control during planetary invasions. Crude but functional, they lacked agility, but made up for it with brute strength and resilience. Their conversion was yet another reminder of how resourceful and desperate the droid armies could be in adapting civilian technology for war. Finally, the Grenadier droid lived up to its name. Equipped with dual grenade launchers, it specialized in softening enemy positions with heavy bombardment before the main assault. These droids were often deployed in the first wave, launching volleys of explosive shells to disrupt entrenched defenses, destroy cover, and scatter enemy troops. Built with reinforced limbs and stabilizing gyros, they could maintain accuracy even under recoil or while moving across rough terrain. Some variants carried specialized grenades, including smoke, incendiary, or ion types, allowing them to adapt to various combat scenarios. Though slow and not suited for close quarters fighting, Grenadier droids played a vital role in siege operations and open field warfare. Their ability to create chaos and confusion ahead of infantry pushes made them a key part of the Separatist strategy, particularly during planetary invasions where overwhelming firepower was needed to break through Republic lines. And that wraps up our breakdown of every battle droid in Star Wars canon, from the classic B1s to the terrifying Decimator droids. The Separatists deployed an incredibly diverse range of units during the Clone Wars, each filling a specific battlefield role. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out part 1 of the series if you missed it, and check out more related content shown on screen.